All right, so classical Wednesday. Let's see how this goes. Obviously, we won't do the whole repertoire because we only have 50 minutes. Let's put a little 5 minutes at the end there to do a little meditation and calm down. So let's go for 45 minutes. Just have my phone here to time ourselves. And yeah, so we'll start lying down as we do with our classical work. Make sure you have a safe with everything around you, lying all the way down. And then we're just going to check the body before we start anything. Are we in the middle of the mat? Nothing here to obstruct us. We will need all the space. I'm going to look up, lift my head, neck, shoulders. I'm going to check, am I straight? Is my body straight? Yes. And then we're going to go ahead and lie back down. Just yourself nicely. Hands onto the pelvis. Feel that nice opening into the hips. And then span your hands nicely so that you feel your rib cage and your pelvis. Find that rib cage to pelvic connection that is even on both sides of the waist, like you're drawing a nice equal box. And you're going to breathe into the sides of the ribs. And as you exhale, you really melt the rib cage and feel all the tension in the neck and shoulders release. Just get ourselves really nicely focused. And as we're breathing, we're just going to be flexing and pointing those feet, those ankles, just warming up those ankles as we take a few breaths there. Remember, we don't want to be pointing so much into the toes that we're feeling a cramping feeling. We just want to be organizing the foot, so we're lengthening the leg from the hip joint, through the knee joint, through the ankle, through the toes. All those bones on those joints organized. Beautiful. Then we can slide our hands down by the sides, palms facing the thighs or facing the ceiling so we can open up the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. On the next breath, let's go ahead and stretch and hover those arms. Nod the chin, lift the head, neck, shoulders, and stretch the back of the neck. Draw the belly in as we reach just off those shoulder blades, feeling a nice long line at the back of the body, inhaling there. And then exhaling to lengthen through the back to come back down onto the mat. Nice and long. Inhale. Nod the chin, hollowing across the tummy, lifting, hovering those arms, reaching for those ankles, breathing into the back of the body. And then exhaling to come down. And again, inhaling into the back, not the chin. Exhaling to lift. Breathing in. And exhaling to come down. Very nice. Beautiful. So we warmed up into the upper abs. Let's bend those knees, sliding those feet up. And then we have the knees hip distance apart, feet hip distance apart, pelvis is in neutral. Inhale. Organize so you get the belly button down, feeling the lower back stretching onto the mat. Feel a little energy into the thighs, but we're not into the glutes. Inhale to hold. It's all in the abs. Exhaling to release that out to neutral. Warming up a little bit of mobilization in the spine. Inhaling again. And just do about 3 of these nice imprint feelings. Just mobilizing the lower spine now. And again, pulling that in. It's Wednesday. Let's just feel that body really nice. And opening back out. Let's take the arms to the sides. Let's take the knees over to one side. Look to the other side. Just releasing any tension in the neck and the upper back and the rib cage and the waist. And take that to the center. Breathing in and breathing out. Take the legs to the other side and just stretching through the body. Feeling a nice release through the body. Taking that in. And breathing it back to the center. Beautiful. Sweep your arms back to the thighs. And take one leg up to 90-90. I'm going to imprint my spine. Other leg lifts. Feet are together. Knees are over the hip joints. Take the arms up to the ceiling. Shoulder blades are nicely spread on the mat. We're going to go into 100 prep and then into 100. Inhale, nod the chin. Exhale to lift. First, we get the feeling, the sensation in the upper body. Inhale there, exhale to come down. We're going to add the legs extending as well. Inhale, exhale to lift. Press those legs away. Feel that nice energy zipping up. Thinking this is the energy that we're going to be in for our 100. Let's take those arms behind me, going straight into the 100 this time. Melt the rib cage. Inhale to lift up. Legs extend. Inhale into the back and pump those arms. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zipping up. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Inhale. Let's flex those feet, toes to shins. And exhale. Keep tucking the chin in, scooping the belly. And exhale. Inhale, lifting that chest, tucking the chin in. And exhale. Let's turn those feet out like Charlie Chaplin. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep looking for the belly. Let's point those toes away in, turn out. And exhale. Keep lifting the chest, tucking the chin. One more set to go. Long legs. Inhale. And exhale. Hold, inhale. Bend those knees. Head, neck, shoulders go down. Hugging those knees into the body. Feel a release into the back. Make sure you have nothing underneath your head. We're going to go for rollovers. Going to extend those legs, stretching them. Lower the legs slightly. Let me just come down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing with the back. Behind me. Going to lower those legs. Zipping inhale. We're going to peel the back off the mat. Get a nice length through the body. Tap behind us. Part the feet and flex the feet. Zipping up. Tailbone reaches for the ceiling. And working your way back down. Opening the chest, point at the 90, take it to 70, squeeze, inhale, and over. Tap, flex, separate those legs, and reaching back down. Point at 70, 90, take it to 70, and back up. One more with the legs closed to go over, reaching over. Flex, part, and down. We keep the legs apart this time, and come over with the legs apart, reaching up and over. Tap. Flex, close those legs this time, fingertips reaching long, keep the chest open, and down, point, reach, and around, zipping up, scooping, reach, tap, flex, squeeze those legs together, and reaching down, beautiful, point, lower, open, pull to 90 and over, last one, reaching, scooping into that waist, reach, flex, squeeze together, heels reach away, and rolling down. Beautiful. Take one leg down. Take the other leg down. We're going for roll-ups. Take the opposite end of the body over this time, lifting head, neck, shoulders, peeling up, scooping over the waist, breathing in and back down. Really feeling nice and open into the back, lifting, scooping, reaching over that waist and back down. Zipping up. Let's go one more here. Scooping over. Let's flex those feet with this one, scooping into the waist. Let's reach another breath. And scooting down, zipping down as we come down all the way. Take the arms, give your body a nice stretch, and then reach your arms to the sides. And then back towards the hips. Beautiful. Bend one leg in. We're going to go for our leg circles. Hips are even, waist is even. Remember that box? It stays the same shape. Doesn't change into a triangle. And we lift that leg. See if we can need any more stretch into that. Make sure the waist stays the same. We're going to take that across the body and around and then back up. Let's go for 6. And up. And 3. And 4. And 5, and 6. Take it to the top. Flex the foot. Really tiny ones this time. And 6, and 5. Stretch the other leg. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Take that out. Point that toe. Lengthen that leg away. Feel the leg through the waist. Take the other foot up. Zipping up. This leg goes up. Fingertips reach long. Lengthen that leg. See if we need to get a deeper stretch into that. And 6 across the body and around and up. Keep stretching that other leg in opposition as we reach around. Take it to the top. And for 4, and lift. And for 5, lift. And for 6, and lift. Little tiny ones, and opposite direction for 6. And 5, 4, feel that quad. Stretch that other leg, work those abs. 3, 2, and 1. Reaching it to the top. Point that leg and stretch that leg down. Very nice. Take those legs in, hug your knees in, feel a little bit release in the back, release and stretch into the thighs, tuck your chin up in and start to rock into your rolling ball. Just rocking that, rocking nicely, trying to balance at the top and not do what I didn't touch down. Sitting up, scooping. So we know what's going to happen after our rolling ball with our classical work. The next one is going to be really tight and slow to go back so we can go into our ab series. Take that, those bodies down, legs to 90-90, both arms on your right leg, the left leg switches away. And switch, remember, outside hand on shin, inside hand on knee. And switch, scooping, I'm looking towards my belly button. I don't want to lose my neck, hanging to my neck by looking up at my feet. I want to keep looking rounded, as if I have a raw egg underneath my chin, and I want to just grasp it there and not crush it. And reach, each time flattening the tummy and relaxing into the chest and the elbows. Feeling the scoop from the abs and not the neck and shoulders. So one more set here, reaching and reaching. Both legs going to come together for your double leg stretch. Reaching both on the inhale and exhaling to draw that in. Pull it into the shoulders to really give release into the back. Inhale, exhale, tuck yourself in, nice. Inhale, sipping up and tuck. And two more and reach. And one more and pull that in, beautiful. Lengthen those legs up. Hands behind the head. Keep it lifted as you lower the legs as you inhale and exhale to come up. Lower the legs as you inhale and come on up. Keep lifting just to the tips of the shoulder blades. And as you inhale, you lower and come up. And let's go three more. Reach, flex, point. I just like to add that so it slows us down a little bit. Reaching, flex, point, zipping up. One more, reaching, flex, point, and zipping up. Beautiful. Keep that head lifted. If you can, if you want to take a rest, you can. We're going for a hamstring pull. I'm going to reach really high and onto the ankle and stretch. Now, if your arms are short like mine, it's okay to come into the mid-calf so that you don't have to be pulling your shoulders up to your ears. You want to feel relaxed into the neck and shoulders because you're curling up from your breastbone to the chin, right? Curling from the breastbone to the chin. Let's add that flexed foot at the top. Dorsiflex, heel presses away from the sits bone. Heel presses away from the sits bone. Heel presses away from the sits bone. Heel press. We have one more set to go. Make it perfect. Make it precise, I should see. Pull that in. Last one. Last side. Pull. Take that to center. Bend those knees, hands behind the head. Cradling the head there. Not lassoing it, okay? And twist into crisscross and twist. Remember, it's shoulder to thigh, not thigh to elbow, right? So we want to keep that thigh away and pull that shoulder across. Anchor at the internal obliques so the pelvis doesn't rock. You want to stabilize that pelvis. Stabilize that pelvis. Reaching it across. Reaching it across. Reaching it across. Zipping up, reach it across. Let's go one more set here. Twist as far as you can. And twist as far as you can. Take it to center and rolling that down. Oh, it's nice. One leg comes down, the other leg comes down. Just stretch those legs away. Nice and long. Take them apart about shoulder width apart and stretch the body. Let's take those arms up. Inhale, nod the chin. Pressing the feet into the mat. Pull yourself up, bone by bone, coming all the way up. Let me just see if I let somebody else into the room. All the way up. Scooping here. Just missed our first few exercises and a nice ab series, but it's on record. so you will get the recording. Just get that stretch. We're getting into our spine stretch forward now. So we're just doing our classical work today. Reaching the arms forward, the legs are hip shoulder width apart. Hands are going to be in line with the armpits. And see if we can get right up onto the sits bones. Okay, you really want to be nice and tall. Working into the back extensors. So you feel from the sits bones all the way up to the base of the skull. You feel a length pulling you to the ceiling, like you're hanging to the ceiling. Now, careful when we inhale that the rib cage is drawn down and your abs are connected. We don't want to be arching the back here and shortening and tightening into the mid-back. We want to be lengthening through the spine. So that's very important because it's quite difficult to hold this position. Once we inhale, now we're going to bring the breastbone towards the spine so we can tuck the chin in. Remember that long line from the pubis to the chin. We make that line tight. We inhale there and we exhale to scoop the belly away as we reach forward, feeling the fingertips and the heels reaching in the opposite direction to the spine. Inhaling into the back, shoulders are relaxed, and exhaling to stack the spine. Really nice and tall. Think of that stacking sensation that we just spoke about with the rib cage melted in. Inhale into the back. This is probably the hardest exercise in the Pilates repertoire as far as I'm concerned. Really, to get it right and powerful, you should be breaking a deep sweat by the first repetition. Pull the belly behind you, lengthen that spine, squeeze the bum and the legs, reach the shoulder blades away from each other as you're breathing into the back of the ribs, stretching there, and then stacking the spine, stacking the spine, stacking the spine. And this perfect preparation for the next exercise. So keep those legs active, keep those glutes active. We're breathing into the back, tucking that chin in, long, tight line from the pubis to the chin. Feel the back of the body now lengthening from the heels to the eyebrows. Feel that length as you're breathing into the back. Lift the waist and then stack the spine. Try to get a little taller with this last one here. Lifting, 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 lifting. We're going to go forward one more time and add on. Reaching back with that chest, back with that breastbone. Curling into that as much as you can and reaching, still lifting over that waist like you have a big ball underneath you. Feel that stretch into the mid-back. Hold onto the ankles or the toes, whatever you can, and just give yourself a big stretch there. Take a breath in there. And then what you're going to do, you're going to just stack the spine and bring the spine to a hinge as you bring your heels into you, to be in the same position as if you were right angled to your thighs. Can you see that? Same position that you were just in. I really want to emphasize that. Make sure there's nothing behind you to hit yourself on. We're going into our open leg rocker. So do you see that we're in the same seated position, perpendicular to the thighs? We're going to now let those thighs come parallel to the mat, holding onto the shins. If you want to go straight into your legs, you can. So that again, can you see that you're sitting up there, right? So now what we're going to do, we're going to round the spine just as we did, but in the opposite direction, and lifting back up to the top. Lengthen the spine. Zipping in again. You want to hold close to the ankles. Two things: if you have long legs or short arms, you're obviously not going to be able to get all the way up there without crunching into the neck. So you just want to be able to do it where it's comfortable so that you don't crowd the shoulders. Lifting. Try to be precise with that, but don't pop the ribs. Think of a long neck, scooping into that belly, reaching. Really, the more we slow it down, the more intense into that core, lifting. Let's go for two more if we can. Feel those thighs, ladies, active in those thighs, because remember, we're working to lift those legs there. Big work into those thighs, yeah? And one more, reaching. And reaching up, beautiful. Now the next exercise we're going for is our corkscrew. So we're going to squeeze the legs together and walk the arms down. Leave the legs there, arms come to the sides, about waist height. We're going to take the legs across to the right side. We're going to allow that bum cheek to lift. So that's a straight line across. We're going to make a little belly of a half circle around to come to the other side. Take the other bum cheek off so the toes stay the same length, and then draw that line back to the center. So it's as if you're just circling around your sacrum. Take it to the left. circle it down, watch into those lower abs. We want to keep the back on the mat. So if you need to do really small circles, that's good. Remember, not everybody's legs, although my legs are quite heavy, they are short. So I may be able to have a wider range. The longer your lever, the longer your legs. This is going to be a lot more difficult for you to do a big circle, right? So you have to get very strong into those lower abs. Remember, each exercise you have to tweak for your body. It's no set recipe. It's just last set here, take it to the other side. You're really working into those lower abs and taking it to the top. Opposite direction, last one, and zipping up and taking it around. And take it to the center. And I like this part because we're going to come back into our rolling. Thighs are on fire for me. I'm going to go ahead, take my legs apart. I'm going to try to start back by rocking so I can go into my roll up and come back to the upward position. Now, once we're here, we're going to open those legs nice and wide because we're going into our saw next, right? So with control, I'm going to let go one leg and float that down, let go the other leg and float that down and sit up nice and tall for our saw. Yeah, I love transitions. All right, so arms in line with the legs. Again, spine is tall, rib cage is melted, and you want to feel that those bum cheeks really switched on. You're going to twist the body to come to that thigh. All toes stay up, okay? Don't be letting this foot come in. Bum cheek stays down as we go in opposite direction with the arms. Reaching, inhale, lift, exhale, center, and twist it around. And again, reach. Bum cheek stay down, scooping into the tummy, lift. We're going for 3 sets and take it across. And scoop, reach, and lift and center. Reach around, really twist that body. Reach, lift and center. One more set. Twist that body and reach, and lift and zip. Last side. Take it across and reach, scooping, reach, lift and take it to center and float those arms down. Fantastic. Right away, we're going to bring those legs together and stretch out the front of the body, which is great after all of these exercises that really worked into the thighs and the hips. So we go straight into our swan prep, swan dive. So feet are shoulder width apart, hands are by your shoulders, thumbs just near but on the outside. Hands can be about the width of your mat or a little bit wider depending on the size of your body. But definitely, I'm not going to crowd and take my hands underneath my chest. I'm going to really have them in line with the top of my shoulders, a nice space in my back. My legs are long, just about armpit width. And I want to stretch my legs so that the back of my legs is switched on. And I can already feel the front of my hips stretching as I draw my tummy in. I'm just hovering my nose. Feel the back of the body completely switched on here, drawing the body, the buttocks down so that you can press the pubis into the mat and lengthen that lower back. Okay, we don't want to be crunching into the back. Only go as high as is comfortable for you. Okay, we're going to breathe in to open the chin and breathe out to open the chest and lift. Just no pressure in the hands. Inhale there and exhale to come down. Feel the glutes start to switch on to stabilize you. And let's go again. Going for 3 of these, each time trying to get a little bit higher. Okay, just take your time with it, and really feel that you're lengthening through the back of the body as well as through the front, getting a nice stretch into the front of the body that we just worked. This time my elbows are slightly off. Beautiful. This time let's go up a little bit higher, see if we can really lengthen the legs, lengthen elbows, lift, and feel the length into the front of the body. Draw the belly in so you protect the lower back, draw the shoulder blades down your back, and feel the power in the elbows, in the triceps and the back muscles, and then down. So we have to hold that one there for a second. Beautiful. Let's go now into lifting those legs. We're going to lift those legs behind, just hovering the nose and lowering them down. Lift those legs behind and lowering them down. Zipping up the tummy, lift those legs behind you and lowering them down. Remember to lift from the legs, from the glutes, okay? Zipping up, let's go one more time. Lifting up, now hold that there, just open the chin and the chest to just feel the whole body into a beautiful arc. Okay, holding that there, we're going to lower the thighs down, still active, and lift the upper body. and lower the ribs down and lift the thighs. Lift the ribs onto the thighs, lift the thighs onto the ribs. The body stays in that shape. We're just rocking from thighs to ribs, really active in the body, reaching that nicely. Lifting last time, leave those legs down and come down, head, neck, shoulders, and rest for a second. Going to take those legs slightly wider, so probably as wide as the mat. I'm going to turn the heels towards each other so that the toes are pointing away and the thighs are rolled. So we want to work into the rotators of the glutes now, okay? So all into the hips right here. Like when we work the clams, you're going to feel that sensation. Beautiful. So when you're ready, we're going to lengthen those legs and hover those legs. We're going to lift. Nice. You notice you can lift a little higher because the hip joint's a little bit more open. Okay, and then we're going to come down and lift those legs. Now you can do your drop and catch. You're lifting up, rock and catch, rock, catch, rock, catch, and down. Beautiful. Take those legs together. Okay, let's just press up into our plank. Half plank, full plank. Take a breath there. Bring the knees in and just lengthen through the spine a little bit before we go into the other exercise. Breathing broad into the back. Zipping up. Come back into your cat stretch. And then round back into your half plank. Bend the elbows and down you go. Very nice. Almost did a push-up there, right? Okay, so single leg kick. Hands underneath your forehead. Body's nice and long. Hover those legs. Right leg kicks in, 2, and away. Left leg, 2. Now squeeze those thighs together and don't let them come apart and keep those thighs lifted. Knees are lifted. Draw the tummy in. Reaching. Lengthen through this chest. Lengthen through the back. Don't crunch into the shoulders. It's only into the glutes and the hamstrings are working. Everything else is stabilizing. Let's go one more set. Feel those hamstrings. Stretch that leg. Feel that hamstring and stretch both legs together and lower that down. Woo! It's nice work. Head to the side, hands behind you. Really feel that stretch into the shoulders and just feel the small of your back being pushed long and nice. Very nice. So now we're going to take the legs up, hover, 3 kicks together. 3, 2, 1. Stretching out, lengthen the arms, head, neck, shoulders, and open up nicely there. Other side, reach. 3, 2, 1. Stretching, press, open up nice. Hold that nice. Bring the legs down, bring the arms back. Turn the toes under again. Let's go up into our half plank. Full plank and hold. Hold, hold. Lift that top right leg, squeeze it up and down. 2, 3, let's go one more. 4, take it down, place it down. Body in one line. Other leg hovers. 4, 3, 2, 1, reach. Put that down. Come into your half plank. Release those toes. Come down and back up. Beautiful. Come down. Feel those quads. Feel those hamstrings. Feel those arms. And down. And bring that back up. And roll into a long cat stretch. Inhale there. And rolling back. All the way. Nice and long. So I snuck in a couple things there. That's out of sequence slightly, but I really wanted to fit them in for some nice strength work. Come all the way out. I'm going to go back onto the back. Now, how do we stretch out the muscles of the back that we've just worked with the neck pull? Okay, so remember the neck pull is a slightly difficult exercise. Not for everybody, because some people have a much shorter upper body, so it's okay. So the hands should be here, peripheral vision. The legs are hip distance apart, or you can have your hands across your chest. It's not a problem. So we're going to tuck the chin in and up. We're going to pull the spine, so we counter stretching the back now, right? Scooping into the belly. Keep those legs hip distance. Let's try to really get that scoop and the stretch, so we can bring the top of the forehead towards the knees. If you can bring it to the knees, more power to you. That's the concept. Really getting that stretch into that back line. Flex the feet here for me. Open through the chin, open through the chest, and lift through the spine. Point those toes, hinge, zipping up, and then curl back. Let's try for 2 more beautiful ones, okay? Tucking. Remember, we can always come with the hands there and then change them as we come up. Pull yourself up. Try not to close those elbows. Shoulders are far away from the ears. The more you lift your shoulders when you're coming up, is the heavier your upper body gets. So that's really the trick of the technique, is to keep the shoulder blades slid down. Now, it's not only as we open through the chin, open through the chest, we come into nice long spine, lift into our neutral, hinge back on the inhale, and exhale to scoop. Now, it's not just about the shoulders getting heavy, but it's also because we disconnect from the upper abs, the lats, and the serratus anterior when we let those shoulder blades slide up. So keep them slid down, and you'll find that the upper body is much easier to lift because we are engaging into these muscles here. Right? You not understand the mechanics of this exercise. Bring that chin into the chest. Scoop the belly there. Feel that deep stretch. Flex the feet to add to that. Let's hold this one here. Get a deeper stretch. And then go ahead and stack the spine. Lengthen first, stacking the spine all the way. Hinge, and then scooping as we go down all the way down. Fantastic. Okay, so let's bend those legs. I'm going to go into our bridging. We're not going to do the bicycle and the scissors. Let me just double check my time because I know we will run out of time otherwise. Yes. And I do like to do our side work. So let's come into the bridging, which is also quite difficult. Work on symmetry here, ladies. Feet are close to the bum, fingertips are long, chest is open. We're going to inhale, draw the waist down, really feel those thighs start to reach away from the throat as you roll up into your bridge. Send the pubis nice and high. Use your hands to help you. Draw the tummy in, so you're lengthening that lower back, feeling it strong through the sides of the body. Without letting one hip drop, you're going to lift one leg. Lengthen that up, lift those hips, flex, point, take that leg to mid-shin, keep the hips the same height, lift, flex, point. We're going for 4 of these. Reach and lift, flex, point. And for 3, and lift, flex, point. And for 4, and lift, flex, point. Really active into that leg, into both sides. Bend that knee and take that foot down where it came from. So reassess the body, zipping up, take the other leg up, reaching that nicely, stretch to the ceiling, flex point, and lower to mid-shin. Active legs, ladies, flex point. Active core, reach, flex point. Squeezing into that supporting leg, reach, flex point. Reach it away and lift, flex point. Fold that knee, float it down. Place both legs up for me, hold, and then rolling through the spine, bone by bone, all the way to neutral. That's good, girls. Lengthen those legs for me. Lift those arms into your roll up. Directly get a nice stretch, opening through the spine and stacking nicely the spine. Right off those meets onto those sit bones. We're going to take those arms to the side for a seated spine twist. What did we say before? Rib cage is melted. Yeah? Spine is long. Arms are in peripheral vision. Squeeze the legs. Twisting nicely. Inhale to twist further. And exhale to center. Now I'm lifting my spine. I'm not going to lean back. I'm inhaling to grow. I'm squeezing my legs. I'm exhaling to twist. Twist. Inhaling to reach further. Don't let those legs move, okay? Lifting through the spine and really working. Can you feel those obliques? The lower obliques have to stabilize you, so they're working as strong as the upper obliques. And really opening through that mid-back. Really important exercise here to get that body really nicely released. Released, released. Zipping up, take it to center. Last side, take it to the side, take it to the side, taking that to center. Bring those arms in front. Stretch out that back gently. Inhale. Notice when we're stretching out, we're keeping the chest open and we're stretching the mid-back and lumbar. Okay, it's not about hunching the shoulders and just being there and the rest of the back is straight. No, it's about scooping and getting the tight areas. We all know we can slouch our shoulders, right? So that's not where we want to be. We want to be really lengthening into the mid-back and low back. Right, immediately let's go on to our side work. Traditional side work we will do. Definitely feeling my thighs already from Monday. So lengthening the legs in line with the body. My hand is going to go on my hip to make sure I keep my waist in line with the other one. Just on my elbow, so can be here as well. Going to lift both legs, flex both feet. Yeah, so we feel the inner thighs are working. And then from here, my legs are in line with my body. So I'm zipping up my abs big time. And I'm just going to lift that upper leg parallel, just as high as my elbow, and squeeze it back down. Okay, just as high as the elbow and squeeze. So we want to have that leg parallel, toes pointing directly front, hips pointing directly front, because we want to work a certain group of muscles here. So we're working abductors and also glute medius. Glute medius is a big abductor muscle, which helps with balance and stride, so that your lower back doesn't take all the movement. This also works nicely with your internal obliques here, so you can feel how that's really working into here without shortening the waist, stretching that leg away from you. Let's go for 2 more here. I really wanted to do 8. I've probably done 10, but anyway, how many is that? Anybody counting? Is that 10? Okay, let's hold that there. Now I'm going to turn my legs out. I'm going to bring my feet slightly in front of me. Okay, still turned out. I'm going to come développé, open my knee to the top, lift, flex down. So now we're really working into rotators, reach and down. Other leg is lifted, inner thigh is active, reach. Let's reverse this now. We're going to come up straight and open that knee to the ceiling and slide it down. Scrape those heels together, active. Reach, knee pointing behind, press. 1 more, reach and reach. Take it here. Beautiful. I'm going to take my legs slightly forward, just put my baby toe down, and I'm going to come straight up and down and up. So again, when I come up, my toe is pointing behind my ear. My hips are still pointing front. Reach and lift and lower and lift and lower. Can we go 1 more here? That should be 8. Is that 8? Or did I shortchange you? Beautiful. So now from here, we already have that leg down. We're going to go grand rond de jambe. So reaching that around. Notice we want to keep the pelvis stable, active into the abductors of the bottom leg. So we're pressing down now into that. And we're rotating that leg in the thigh. Let's come to the front and reverse that for 3. Reversing that, spiral in the leg in the joint, zipping up. Try to keep that waist absolutely still and active in that bottom leg, really pressing away. 1 more here, feeling that whole leg work. Bring it to the back, zipping up. Flex, come front, point, squeeze back. Flex, come front, shoulder height. Reach back, elbow height. So we get a little bit into the glute max. Come front, shoulder height or hip height, squeeze that back. Keep that nice connection into that box there, right? And squeeze that back. Last one. Can you feel that hip? Reach, reach, and squeeze that back. Beautiful. Take those legs together, bend at the knees, keep the feet lifted, hips are lifted, and we're going into elevated clams. And both legs press apart, and resist, and press, resist, press, resist. Let's go 4 more for 8. Press, resist, press it open. Keep those feet lifted and pressed together. Lift. Let's go 1 more. Hold that there for me. Press both legs apart for 8. 7, zip up the waist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet. Legs are still open. Feel that bottom hip. Lower that top leg. Beautiful. And bring that leg in front. Give that a little rub. Stretch that bottom leg for me. That's a lot of talking. Whew. Feels good? Yeah. Okay, let's take the legs to, top one slightly in front, press ourselves up. All right, holding on to that. Let's get a nice stretch into the side of the body. Take that arm down, walk that out. Get a nice stretch, hip away from fingertip into the body. Lifting that up. Walk that arm slightly further away, legs float away, zipping up all into your side bend. Take that arm away, over, zipping up, lifting, lower the side of the body, bring those knees down. Beautiful. Let's go again. Zipping up, pressing up, lifting that arm, this time through the legs to the ankle, into that nice twist. Take that arm back out, lifting open that chest, bring that arm back down, lower and down. Very nice. Let's just stretch out that side again, lifting that, take the legs to the other side, and just stretch this side, feeling that release, so we can go ahead and lie down this way. Beautiful, all over again. Okay, so we're down on the elbow, hips are pointing front, feet are parallel, waist is organized, and the legs are in line with the body. Lift both legs. We're going to lift and lower. So now we did start a little bit late, if I may say so, so we're just going to have that 50 minutes of the class. So we were just waiting for a couple of people more to arrive. Remember to relax the chest, relax the neck and shoulders. We just have that elbow there to keep that pelvis stable, the waist is long, and to have a guide to how high we want to lift that foot, okay? If you're looking at yourself in your screen, you can also check it out. Keep this lengthening away. Keep that other leg lifted. Okay, let's go one more. Very nice. Squeeze the legs together, turn the toes out. Legs are slightly in front. I'm going to go develope. Lift it up, squeeze it down. Still have those hips pointing front, okay? Don't let them verge off to the back. It's always more difficult on one side of the body than the other. Let's reverse that. Lifting up, toes pointing behind me, knee is pointing to the ceiling. I squeeze those inner thighs. Lifting up, knee comes up, squeezing here. Lots of hip work. This is all hip work. Really important. And squeezing that down. Beautiful. Let's take the other leg in front even more, and that leg comes straight up and down, and straight up and down. Relaxing into the upper body. Reach and squeeze. Reaching up and squeeze. Hips pointing front. Reaching up and squeeze. Lift. See if we can go two more here. Lift, squeeze, one more. Lift and squeeze. Beautiful. Let's take the legs slightly more forward. Put that baby toe down. Anchor into this leg. Yes, and bring that front rond de jambe. Try to keep the hips pointing front, pressing down into that lower leg. Reaching that there. Reaching that there. I think we just did one too many, and let's reverse that and reach it around for 3 and lengthen. It's difficult to judge because this leg has already been supporting us, so it feels a little bit more tired already than to start, right? Reaching it back. Let's go back with that, power front and back. Hips stay front, front, shoulder height, and squeeze back. Let's go for 6 and front, and squeeze back, zipping up. Front, squeeze back. Front, squeeze back. Anchor that bottom leg. Front, squeeze. I think this is our last one, or do we have one more? Somebody thumbs up, last one. Front, I always do too many. And squeeze back. Take the legs together. Come into your clams. Feet are lifted. Yeah, so that's the challenge, to keep that waist long. And then we're going to open the clam. So my feet are about the height of the top bum cheek, and opening into that. I want to be active into that bottom leg. I want to feel into that bone, like I'm pulling that hip bone into my hip joint. Yeah, I'm pulling that thigh bone down into it as I feel that connection deep into the glutes, reaching that open. Keep my headlight pointing towards you. Do you notice it's pointing forward? I don't want that hip to rock back. I want to keep that reaching front. And lift. Keep those legs lifted. And lift. I know it's not easy. Let's go for one more. Bum is on fire. Reach. Beautiful. Keep those legs open. Keep that open. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower those feet. Keep those legs open. Do you feel what's happening in that joint? Good. And then lower that knee down and take that in front and give that a rub. All right. Get a little stretch there. Rub there. And then go ahead and press yourself up so that we can come into that little mermaid stretch. Arm comes up. Reach over. Lifting that up. Take that arm over. Soft into that elbow. And lift. I'm going to lengthen my legs slightly. I'm going to lengthen my arm out so we can come up into our side bend. Take that arm up, lift into the waist. Shoulders away from the air, so it's all into the abs, okay? Don't be into the neck and the wrist. Take it up, pull that down into those lats, and then soften those knees. Zipping up. Going to go and add the twist this time, okay? So make sure you have that some good connection here with the abs. Reaching up, the arm comes up. Now the hip goes up, and we twist through to reach towards that ankle and behind, zipping up the waist, coming through to neutral. Take that arm behind, stretching into the body. Take that arm down, and then melting down. Just bend those knees, and take that arm up, up, up. Beautiful. Take the legs across. Let's just stretch that other side as well. Take that up, up, up. Beautiful. And down. Right. So to finish off, we're going to go into our seal. We'll do our seal now, which will stretch the hips as well. So let's take the first leg in. Give the back a nice rounded stretch. Pull that ankle towards the chest and press the thigh away. So we're getting a nice hip stretch. And releasing that, let's take the other one in. So I'm pushing my thigh away, pulling that ankle towards my, like a figure of 4 stretch, right? Towards my chest. Nice opening into the sacrum. Good. Let's get both of them up. Make sure you have space behind you for us to roll into our seal. All right. So let's get into position if you can. Otherwise, go ahead, lie back and just do your stretches. So what we want to get here is the elbows in between the legs. Yeah. We want to feel the thighs stretching open. Nice stretch after this mid work. Left on a lot of exercises, obviously, but anyway, you don't have time for everything. Scooping, they just feel that nice balance. Feel the sacrum getting a nice opening. And then when you're ready, you're going to clap 3 times with the feet. Roll back, clap at the back. Roll back up to balance. So let's inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, 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 exhale, balance, inhale, 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 zip, exhale, exhale, exhale. Let's go 2 more. Just feel release into the back, into the glutes, into the hips, into the sacrum. And balance, balance, balance. Release those legs. Straight all the way out. Stretching that out nicely. Let's take a nice big lift. Sweep those arms behind. Open out through the front of the body. Stretching through the front of the body. And down. Lift the arms up. Reaching, scooping like our spine stretch forward. Flexing those feet. Mid back gets opened up. Lifting. Point the toes. Lift those arms. Inhale. Exhale, reach, rib cage stays melted. One more time. Reach. Hold. Press those glutes up, stretching through the front line. Hover down. Zipping up. Use those abs to lift you. Lift those arms. And last one, shoulders down, scooping into the waist, reaching elbows towards the mat on either side of the knees. Tuck that chin in. If you can, flex your feet. And the idea is top of the forehead towards the knees. Draw the belly away from the thighs. Draw the elbows down towards the mat, stretching in between the mid-back, stretching the neck, stretching the entire body and scooping into that belly. Take another breath there. Exhale again, scooping into that belly and deepening that stretch. Really thinking of the top of the forehead. One more breath. Releasing out of that. Shake out those legs, soften those legs a little bit. You can cross them if you want. Any which way. And just find a soft spot in your heart, in your solar plexus, and just pause there for me. Close your eyes and breathe out. Let's cross the legs the other direction. What is not as comfortable and normal. And put the other hand on top, which is not as normal. And again, let's take 3 breaths there. And releasing those arms. Just melt yourself there, make yourself comfortable. You can nod the chin down, just stretching into the neck. Stretch your head to one side and to the other side. And just sit with that for about 3 breaths. Just calming everything throughout the body. Very nice, very nice. Just part your legs nice and wide. Let's get our last breath in. Get a nice inner thigh stretch. Inhale, reaching to me. Thanking you. Reaching. Inhale, get a nice inner thigh stretch. Press those legs open. And lifting through. Namaste, ladies. Thank you so much for joining. Such a pleasure.